we have to remember, missions can't just be about doing good works. It can't just be about feeding the poor, caring for widows and orphans, providing clean water, building homes. We must major on the preaching and the gospel and making disciples. That always has to be our main focus. Mark 16:15. Go into all the world and preach the gospel to all creation, to every creature, to every person. I'm going to give you an example. In Cambodia, there are missionary groups that literally have signed agreements with the government that they won't publicly preach the gospel. This is Christian groups. They'll sign an agreement with the government so they can get some favor with the government, get things in through customs more easily, and they make a declaration with the government they will not publicly preach the gospel. Bad decision. Why is it a bad decision? Because they're going against the Great Commission. They can say, yeah, we're doing this and that, and there's nothing wrong with feeding the poor. There's nothing wrong with building prefab homes. We do it. But we have to do it in the name of the Lord. It has to be done strategically. And I've said this before. Some people don't like it when I say it, but I believe it's true. I would rather see someone go into heaven on an empty stomach than go into hell on a full stomach. The most valuable thing we have in missions is the gospel. Everything else we use as a tool. Jesus said, what? I'll make you to be fishers of men. We have tools that we use as fishers of men. For instance, in Cambodia, there's hundreds and hundreds of unreached villages. And so we presented to the indigenous pastors and missionaries that we could come in, bring eyeglasses. We can go into the unreached villages where you're planning on planting a church, and we can help bring the crowds out so we can share the gospel. And so that's what we do. We share the gospel in a way that's culturally relevant, not changing the gospel, but making it such that they can understand it. Then they come, they get their eyeglasses. Once they get their eyeglasses, we have 4 or 5 indigenous pastors, men and women, Khmer people that speak the language. The people go and they get prayed for individually. And they ask them, they have a little piece of paper. Did you ask Jesus Christ to come into your heart? Some people say yes. Some people say no. Some people say, no, I'm a Buddhist. But they know. So now when they go back, they can do the follow-up. We use something where we give something to people that they don't have, but they get the gospel. So they leave seeing in more ways than one, which is what we want to do. They call the organizations that bring a lot of things in to help the people, they call them NGOs, which means a non-government organization. I said to one of the missionaries we were working with that we are a KGO. We're a Kingdom of God organization. So we want to do things the way the king wants them done, right? And Jesus fed the poor. He didn't send them away hungry, right? So we want to do those things, but we've got to give the gospel.